episode of Beer for Breakfast ABV. I am Danielle from the morning show with Marty on 91X. As always, I have my beer drinking partner in crime with me, Brewmaster Paul Strauss, Mr. Paul Segura, and we got some heavy hitters coming in today. Ballast Point is here, and I am so insanely excited about this. We've got Colby and we have Aaron from Ballast Point. Welcome, guys.
Cheers. Great to have you on the show.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good to be in the studio finally.
To have you.
I was laughing when we did this last year because we did it at the Little Italy location, and planes fly over from time to time, and so we had made it a fun little drinking game out of it. It was a great time.
I watched that recently, actually, and it was pretty funny. It made me laugh again. I was just like, oh, here it comes. And we'd all just stop and just quietly drink and not say anything about it. It was perfect.
Well, luckily here, no airplanes will be interrupting. However, we're going to have just as good a time.
I'll just make a sound just to get us to drink more.
See? So we are starting out with the Swingin' Friar Ale. This makes me so excited for Padres season. Let's get into
right
baseball.
around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Just in cans.
Just in
That's the
cans.
cool thing. Yeah. Those are sexy.
Those are very
They are sexy.
cans.
I like
A friar's never been so sexy.
And the brown and yellow is
Right
back.
there. And the brown
so
and
colors
yellow.
are appropriate.
Yeah. They chose those colors.
So this is a
obviously, because of
hoppy
what comes
pale
through.
ale, hoppy golden ale, hoppy pale ale.
Hoppy Pale Ale, yeah. Simcoe
Super,
hops.
like crushable.
Smash.
Simcoe's.
It's a smash beer, right?
Yeah, it's smash beer. Pilsner malt and, of course, Simcoe.
Okay.
Simcoe,
For the
I still
uneducated,
love
smash
Simcoe.
beer, single malt and single hop, smash. Get it?
Yep.
Acronym.
Well, coming in at 5.5%, this is the perfect beer to be drinking while you're out at Petco Park in the sun. I love that little area right there behind third base before you get into the grass where you guys have all of your craft beer that's pouring off of. I love that spot. So good, and this is just a phenomenal beer.
Good spot to drink independent beer. We can say that again.
And independent food as well.
And independent food. And watch independent baseball. So, okay, let's there's an elephant in the room. I just want to get it out there, right? You guys are independent again.
Woo!
And it became official on Independence Day.
Well, yeah, our Independence Day was last Monday, so what
Week
was
and a
that
half
date?
ago?
Yeah, about a week and a half
Congratulations,
ago. That was a
guys.
great day. It was fun.
I bet, man. I bet everybody there is stoked.
Yeah.
Even the 3 months leading up to it, you can tell shoulders are a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
That's
You walk in,
doubt.
everybody's chatting a little bit more, more teeth being shown, that kind of a thing. Yeah. No, you can just feel it in the air. Yeah, it's
I feel it already. I feel like this.
is.
Yeah.
Calming.
Right? I mean,
way
you
it
and I
should
go
be.
way back. I go way back with Ballast Point. Love you guys. Always have. I was there when you guys started out, and it's, I think, everybody now.
I was
in
there at
San
Hang
Diego.
10 and
Right.
like with Chuck back in the day.
Dude,
and
it's been over 20 years, man.
Yeah.
What year did Ballast Point officially start?
96.
96.
Officially 92 with Home Brew Mart that's still in the same location. So, and to be honest, Home Brew Mart still drives all the innovation and passion and all that kind of good stuff that all the teaching, all the sharing that we've done over the years, it's
So
been the
you
hub
personally
for
have
a long
been
time.
like a big part of that for a long, long time. Are you going to continue to do?
July 97,
You would
I
make
got
a lot
hired.
of people extremely happy to know that you are going to continue driving the innovation and coming up with new beers, a couple of which we're going to drink today.
Well, Ballast Point's been pretty good at doing
want me to get
firsts.
that?
Maybe.
We've done a lot of firsts. whether
Yeah.
it's, coming from the beers, even keel,
Got it.
Fathom India Pale Lager,
First pour is going to
Yeah.
be a little bit too.
Oh, wow.
even 12% barmy ale,
Right.
to a big sale, to another big sale. So keeps me interested. I think that's that and just the quality of the beer, right?
Well, the
There
fact
we
that
go.
you're interested and engaged and involved and doing all of this keeps
Perfect.
a lot of us
Beautiful.
beer nerds and beer enthusiasts also engaged.
if the beer wasn't good, I wouldn't be here.
All right, hold the glasses
I would have
out.
left a long time ago. So,
Well, the
Works out
beer's
pretty
always
good.
been good.
plus the people. I mean, you can't discount the
That was a good
people.
one.
We've had a shared experience now, to say the least. So, whenever you have a shared experience with a bunch of people, it makes going forward a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, we've got a lot of thick skins out there, and we're excited about the new Ballast Point.
As are
And
we.
actually, the new old Ballast Point, because it's full circle.
All right, so the new owners, Kings and Convicts, are homebrewers.
2 years
So,
ago,
yeah, it
they
has
didn't
come
own a
full
brewery.
circle in a
It
way,
is
right?
We're owned
Yeah.
by homebrewers again, and they're their enthusiasm, I don't know if you can attest to this, but it's infectious. I mean, they have that home brewing spirit, and they're just ready to jump in there and do all kinds of cool beers and get
That
them out
home
as
brewing
fast as they
spirit's
can.
just going to
And
permeate down through the whole place.
it's going back to the beer being the innovation and not the package it's in, is what I'm kind of feeling about. So pretty stoked on that.
That's super awesome.
I like the vibe I'm getting right now.
Yeah,
I
well,
like the
you
smiles
should.
on your faces too.
They're huge Ballast Point fans. First and foremost, when you ask them, what's your favorite beer from Ballast Point? Manta Ray. That's what you want to hear from an owner.
Oh man.
So
okay. I like
it-
these guys already.
They're
I don't know
legit.
these guys very well. Were they turned on to you guys through your Chicago location? Or is that?
Yes and no.
I mean, you guys distribute still
no.
50 states, right?
When they started Kings and Convicts, they actually came to Constellation and Ballast Point for some help in getting started. So they came out here. They were familiar with the San Diego beer scene. They were familiar with us and kind of what we were doing and the people that were working there. So we kind of had a little bit of a part in helping them get going. So that's how they became really familiar with us.
Cool.
Plus, they've always been fans of the beers as long as they've been drinking.
Well, and speaking of the beers and speaking of the brewers, I'm really excited to try this beer. So Hillary, she does our midday show. She got to go and get a little behind-the-scenes look at Ballast Point, and when she told me that she got to try this beer, I have never been so envious of Hillary before. This is the Grinner IPA Brewers Series, right? So what is the Brewers Series?
Kind of getting back to what we like to drink, you know. I feel like brewers, and you can attest to this, we're always about 3 or 4 years ahead of the game, I think, a little bit. We're always drinking what other people aren't at the beginning. But this just goes...
Drink for a living. I mean, that's what we do.
And pushing the envelope.
This goes back to just I think it's our obnoxious homebrewing roots and our obnoxious ability to dry hop. So I think this is kind of where this,
Well, cheers
this
to
came
that.
from. And also just, you know,
I'm getting all sorts of good
Sexy
hop
hops.
aromas coming off of this, man.
I would hope so.
Well, we first called this when we did it the first time the most expensive beer that we've ever made at Ballast Point. It's dry hop, 5 pounds per barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, Nelson, Mosaic, and Strata.
Okay.
So kind of give like an idea how many pounds you would normally go in.
It depends on, well, I'll put it this way. Swing and Friar is about a pound per barrel. A lot of IPAs are about 2 pounds per barrel.
So you're like more than doubling it up.
So that's just dry hop we're talking. Like a lot of IPAs, you think, you know, in terms of kettle hops and everything is 5 pounds
Total.
per barrel
Yeah.
total, right? And you guys just do that in the dry hop alone.
Right.
That's
Whirlpool, so it's Whirlpool only, no bittering hops, just Whirlpool pound per barrel. So total 6 pounds per barrel.
Wow.
That's
Damn.
a lot of money.
That is, yeah.
But the aroma that's coming off of this, and even just as it's kind of warming up a little bit in
That's
the
a great
glass.
point. You let it warm up, especially with Nelson and Strata. When you let it warm up, it gets super aromatic. It changes as you drink it.
I get a little strawberry on the flavor.
I think
it
that's probably
took me
from
a
maybe the
while.
mosaic. The mosaic
Strata, I
has
think.
a-
Strata has
Strata-
a strawberry kind of backbone to it.
Mm.
It's kind of why I brought the nachos, too, the duck nachos.
Oh, we haven't
Let's
talked about
let's get
that.
in this.
Just because we do a sour wench reduction, so it's really concentrated, kind of fruity, dark fruit to it,
Right.
which is a great bridge to the kind of strawberry flavors in the beer a little bit. But also all that salt on there, the salt from the confit duck, the salt from the blue cheese, that bechamel sauce will just go away when you drink that IPA. So a lot of people that don't drink IPAs, right? If you have something salty, something fatty, it'll cut through all that bitterness. And it'll just basically,
so-
you'll get I get the breadiness coming out of the beer once you get all that salt on your palate.
So everybody out there thought Dr. Bill was like insanely good at pairing beer with food. This guy right here, if you've never done a beer dinner, look for a beer dinner when this guy does beer dinners.
Dr. Bill's pretty good.
Dr. Bill's pretty good, but
He's pretty good, yeah. No, I've gone to his dinner.
He's being modest.
He's wonderful. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and
I'm about 600 beer dinners into it now with my 23 years at Ballast Point.
I'm impressed by everything that you always pair up with. You know, we've done one before where you had lox and bagel for the cucumber lager.
at Hillcrest.
Perfect. You know, we've done with the mussels. You know, at
Made in
in Little
San Diego.
Italy, yeah, during Made in San Diego. And so now this, you
This
So
is
impressive.
one of the popular appetizers on our menu. This is available at all our locations. It's been on the menu since we first started the restaurant 7 years ago at Little Italy. It's at all our locations. It's pretty much a staple. It's not your mom's nachos, I don't think.
No.
One of my favorites for sure.
No way, man. I'd chomp down on that.
It just shows us how we love the. If you're gonna make a great beer, you got to have great food too. I mean, it would be stupid to dummy
go hand in
it
hand.
down. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, elevating both the beer and the food together is always kind of
And
a
atmosphere
plus for me.
also.
I gotta eat, right?
So at all your locations, I mean, you guys do that pretty well. Sorry, Daniel.
Oh no, all good.
And they the menu changes every 3 months too, so it's very seasonal. And then with the 120 new recipes that Aaron does down at Little Italy every year,
Wow.
Well, it's not me. It's the whole team. Yeah,
we're pretty
the two
we're
other
pretty
brewers,
evergreen that way. So you
That's
come in
true.
every 3 months, you get a new meal and a new beer.
I really
Guaranteed,
dig the
so.
vibe when I go to Ballast Point, whether it's up here in Miramar with all the beautiful stainless and everything you can see into the brew house. But I really dig Little Italy's vibe because you're walking around Little Italy and it just feels like such a part of the community when you walk in there.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot. That part of a Little Italy has really developed, and we have great neighbors, and it's a lot of fun. And for us R&D, these recipes are unique. So if you think about it, we've been around for about 7 years now, 120, 130 brews per year. You can do the math. We just have booklets of recipes.
Yeah.
Hundreds of recipes, and that's kind of the premise of the Brewer Series is that
Right.
taking our favorites first and foremost, and also ones that our customers liked, and so that's why we're going to release these every month.
It's only gonna be draft. It's only gonna be in
it's all
San
good beer.
Diego.
Dude, I
so-
teach a class at UCSD. I've
Awesome.
been telling people for years that Little Italy location is the best R&D facility like in the universe.
We're lucky.
So many
It's
good
the Ferrari
beers.
of brew houses.
Totally is, yeah.
Yeah, 5-barrel with rakes and yeah.
5-barrel brew house with rakes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean,
I always
it's
liked how I
perfect.
could go out to dinner after brewing in the same things that I brew in,
yeah.
which I could not do at home brew.
So it's safe to say that none of your locations are going to change at all, right? If anything, you might see a couple Kings and Convicts beers here and there sprinkled.
We're brewing some right now at Little Italy. We're going to do their Huguenot, which is their Pilsner. So that's fermenting away, so that'll be available pretty soon. Yeah, and
And then there might be
There'll be more.
rumors of even one more location somewhere, perhaps California.
I think it's good. Yeah, I think we can say
Somewhere
by the time this airs, I think that'll be released. So we'll just leave it at that. Yeah,
More exciting stuff coming from Ballast
still
Point.
growing, still changing.
yeah.
When you said, oh, there's not going to be any change, like we're always changing. That's the only constant I think at Ballast Point.
Innovating.
And
Innovating.
That's
well,
the word.
pushing the
I'm
envelope.
Thank you.
You're the innovator.
We've changed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that we're not. That would be stupid. But it's amazing what we've learned along the way. You know what I mean? We've got a good lesson over the past 4 years.
Well-
and all the growth that we did before, and Champion Brewer, all the way back to Home Brew Mart. So I mean, I feel like we're a pretty mature.
You're getting better
brewery
at
now.
that.
You guys are a mature brewery, and you're still innovating, coming out with new stuff.
Still
We're
love
we're
San
about to
Diego.
drink another new one thing,
Still
and you're
love
still
San
in
Diego
San
beer
Diego, and
community.
you're employing a lot of San Diegans.
Can't keep up with all the beer
And the
I need to
brewing's
drink
still
in San
happening
Diego.
here.
Right?
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Me
There's a lot
too.
to be happy about.
Let's cheers. Let's cheers to that. That sounds like a cheers.
Yeah.
So, one of the big things that I have learned from Paul as we've been doing beer for breakfast is that we don't drink with our eyes, we drink with our mouths. But I look at this and I'm like, oh, this has to be a lager or a pilsner.
This is why we don't drink with our eyes.
Well, the
This is not
the
a
eye
lager
is
or
the
pil-
first to taste. Though.
This is not a lager or a pilsner, believe it
Maybe
or
you can
not.
see this.
This is a West Coast
This is
IPA.
extremely clear.
Yes. This was a collaboration with Savage Wood Brewing. And, we named it Clearly Savage. We've been playing around with kind of making these bright, clear beers that don't look how they taste. It's kind of fun with brewing. This
is a mind
surprising
F.
people.
Yes.
There you go.
We're
Yes.
messing with people's heads here.
That's the point. And so we've done lagers that are about 4 ABV. This is our IPA. For the Brewer Series, we're going to release a double IPA of this. So this one's already in the 7s.
Is it going to look like this?
It's going to look like this.
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
this is insane.
Yeah, and it's going to be super clean. We fermented cold, so it doesn't have alcohol burn. So the goal is to make it like super crisp, super drinkable, and fun to look at. It's kind
So
of
is that cow yeast?
This is dry English.
Dry English.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just let it rip through.
Wow.
This is kind of our antithesis to hazies, and I'm not anti-hazy. I love hazy IPAs. In fact, the next one in the Brewer Series is going to be a hazy IPA because now we're allowed to, like what Colby said, brew what we like to drink.
Yeah.
So yes, we're going to release a bunch of
Right.
IPAs, and then there's going to be some other beers that are also cool.
Well, that's,
I don't
you
think
know,
we've
it's
stopped
been-
brewing what we like to drink.
I was-
We're just finally packaging.
I was going to say, that's been
Yeah,
Colby,
yeah, we're finally
and
packaging,
Colby and
yeah.
Yusuf and Jack's MO from like the beginning.
That's a good point,
is
yeah.
They make beer they like to drink, and there's a good chance other people are going to dig it as well. This, though,
Home Brew Mart. That goes back to Home Brew Mart.
it's the same deal. Hasn't changed. But this is a mind F because it's a solid IPA.
So
I
I
mean, it's-
saw on Facebook.
Galaxy hops.
I saw on
Galaxy.
Facebook the
Yep.
event that you guys were doing for this release, and there was a photo, and I was like, there is no way that beer is that clear, and now
Yep.
it is. It is possible because it's before my own eyes. This is so good.
So Grinner is on tap right now. This will be on tap. The Savage Wood version is going to be on tap this Friday. So when this, I guess, airs,
Yep.
it'll already be on tap.
So we just had it. Oh, this is good.
And yeah, get after it once you hear this because it will sell quickly. I know it will.
Is there a relationship with Savage Wood?
We do. Well, they were up in Scripps Ranch.
Yeah.
So we were friends with them, and so they wanted to do a collaboration, and we thought it would be really cool. And Daryl's a really cool guy. So
Love Daryl. He's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, so we were super stoked to do this.
Those are the best collaborations. Mm-hmm. When they just kind of come over a few beers and just talking about something, and it's not
happens
planned,
organically.
and just kind of happens, you know.
That's cool.
I wish I'd kind of beat you guys to this or did it with you because I've been saying for a long time you can get all of the same flavors from a hazy, but you know, not have all that yeast in there, not have it, you know, hazy.
And that's funny you say that. So this is also treated like a hazy. So we barely whirlpooled. The bitterness is very low. IBUs are
Right.
below 50.
Right. You get
We
the
haven't
hop
measured it
flavor
yet.
and the aroma without the bitterness.
So this is a hazy in a way. So low bitterness, kind of soft bitterness.
Yeah.
It's
and
dry.
Super dry.
This is phenomenal.
Super clear.
So that's
and-
where it parts
yeah.
ways with the hazies a little bit because they have that residual sweetness and they have more body, I think,
Yeah,
than
yeah,
this
yeah,
as well.
for sure.
But as a hophead, you get more of the hop flavor.
This is like a super
less
super West
impediment.
Coast, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a super West Coast IPA. I don't want to call it brute because it's a little different than that.
There's a lot of us out there that still love West Coast IPAs.
Right
You're
here.
hitting it, and you're hitting it nail on the head with this one, man.
Yeah.
Did you just combine? Whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Wait.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So
What
you
are
know what?
doing over there?
I'm you know.
Colby's out of
What's
control.
going on?
Blasphemy.
He's
Blasphemy.
muddying the waters, kind of in a way. He's clouding it up. That's okay though. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
try
if
that.
there was anyone that was going to do it, this is who I would trust to do it.
I could see that.
Oh, see? Now everybody's doing it.
He's such a
Cool,
rogue.
man.
Colby does it,
Yeah.
and everybody does it.
You gotta mix
Oh,
beers.
that's nice. That's really yeah.
Colby, what is the best way to keep up with everything going on with Ballast Point?
Still, probably social media.
Social
I think,
media?
Yeah, right now for sure.
Or
I
Brandon
know,
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Or Brandon Hernandez over at West Coaster. He's
Or you guys.
always on
Or you
it.
guys, actually.
Yeah, it's been very, very exciting. The video that Hillary did with you guys, can't wait to see it. The bus, the Ballast Point bus that's chilling in the parking lot right now.
I haven't even seen that.
Oh, well,
I thought the
We're-
tulip
we're gonna
class
go
was kind
there.
of cool that we did too with all the words. And we interviewed kind of all the old time employees, and all the words on that tulip class came directly from the employees' mouths.
That's so
So
cool.
I thought that was kind of cool.
If you haven't seen this tulip glass, exactly what he's talking about, it is up on their social media, and it's so awesome. It's just really pulling the community back together with one of the, the OGs.
Gonna focus on good beer quality. Gonna focus on more and more collaborations like we always have. We've never stopped that. And innovation.
We are stoked. Can we have one more really good cheers to Ballast Point? Because,
I'm okay with that.
let's
That's
get
cool.
in on this.
I'm always up to cheers.
good to be
Ballast
here.
Point.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, thanks
Let
for
me
having
Cheers
us.
San Diego beers too?
Cheers,
Yes.
San Diego beer.
And
Yeah,
independent
amen.
We wouldn't be
beers.
here without San Diego beers.
Yeah.
True story.
I like this combo, by the way.
Now I'm gonna have to try that next. Friday morning, beer for breakfast at 9:10. Paul will come on with Marty and I. We will definitely be drinking some Ballast Point beer, especially getting ready for opening day. Opening day next week. Woo! Bringing some swing of fire. Aaron Colby, thank you so much for coming on Beer for Breakfast. We super appreciate it.
Cheers to you guys and congratulations once again.
Yeah, let's cheers to independently owned craft beer and radio in San Diego.
Let's cheers to what you guys do for San Diego.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
for
like
all
this.
that.
This is where this is going. Yeah.
Now somebody needs to say something mean because I feel
I love
uncomfortable.
you. You guys are the best.
I hate you guys.
I hate AZs.
Find previous episodes at 91x.com. There it is! There it is!
I'm going to have another chip.
Perfect.
91X.